What if I'd been a black man? That's a question that I've had over the last few weeks as I watched the events unfold on TV. There was an event when I was in high school that I came in contact with a police officer who drew his weapon at me. It all occurred at the Spring Jamboree. It was being held at Madison County High School in Gurley. Me and some friends drove from Madison to the game, and we were sitting in the parking lot having some beer. We would, then we would go into the game and watch, New Hope play Sparkman or whatever the case may be. And after that little mini game, we would go back out to the car and have another drink. And each time that there was the teams changed, we would go back out to the car and get us another drink. This brought the attention of the police officers because we kept coming in and out of the football stadium. The last time we went out, they followed us. We were sitting there in the car and we began to see them searching through the cars trying to look for us. So we snuck out of the car and we snuck around, and then they saw us and we started to run. As I was running, I thought I'd gotten away. I was running between two buildings there at the school at Gurley. But as I was turning the corner, I ran right into one of the police officers. He immediately threw me up against the wall, and in my panic, because I had beer on my breath and wanting to cover that up, and I had gum in my pocket, I reached into my pocket to pull out a piece of gum. He immediately said, he drew his weapon and immediately said, "What are you reaching for?" I said, "I'm reaching for a piece of gum. Would you like one?" And he busted out laughing. I don't know if he busted out laughing because he found me to be humorous or because it was a nervous laugh because he realized he almost shot a teenage boy. And as we began to discuss, he said, "Well, what are y'all have been doing?" And I said, "Well, to be honest, we've been going out to the car and having a beer." He said, "Son, get your ass into that stadium and don't come out until it's over." So that's what I did. With the events that have unfolded this last few weeks, I look back on that story and wonder, what would have happened if I was black? And I stupidly reached into my pocket, presenting a threat to the police officer. Would he have just pulled out his gun, or would he have pulled the trigger? And with me definitely committing a crime, the crime of underage drinking, had I been black, would he have arrested me instead of letting me go back into the game? I don't know the answers to those questions. But what I've realized as I watch these events unfold, it is we who have the extreme responsibility because of our privilege need to be the ones who are asking the questions. We're the ones that have to say, you know what? If I were black, how would I respond to this? Instead of passing judgment. Had that police officer pulled the trigger, and I'm sure there may be somebody that sees this video and says, "Oh, well, if the police officer had pulled the trigger, you deserved it because you presented a threat and you were committing a crime at the time." You may be right, but that's kind of an asshole kind of thing to say. Here's the good news. We can change this. We can change the environment in our country if we just live by a higher purpose. And that purpose is love. See you next time.